Some people think that cicada are locust. And some people think the locust are cicada, but they're not. They are both insects. If you remember your high school biology, they're in the same kingdom, Animalia. They're in the same phylum. They're in the same class. Okay? And so they get to a point where they split in who they are. That evolutionarily they go different directions, away from each other. So they're not the same, but they have an identity problem. If you've ever heard cicada sing or seen a cicada, you know what it is. If you've ever heard the locust, the grasshoppers, swarming, again, you have a pretty clear identity of who they are. But because cicada are in these 17-year cycles and so on, it gets very confusing for people about what's a cicada, what's a locust, etc. A cicada is basically an aphid. It lives in a 17-year cycle, and it does not have a mouth and teeth. It does not eat plants. Okay? The only thing it likes is tree sap. It will not hurt you. It will not bite you. You may not like how it feels or flying around you because they're kind of annoying. It'll mess up your car when it dings it on the road. You'll get a little splat. Locusts are grasshoppers. They're designed to fly and jump, and they're designed to eat. They will strip every green thing they come into contact with. A locust is a swarming kind of grasshopper, and they have much longer legs. They're designed very differently than a cicada. A cicada is pretty much an oval. It's just designed to make its vibration singing sound with a tympanum, mate, and die. That's what it does. A locust, a grasshopper, is designed to move over vast areas and find new fields of wheat or corn or whatever. You may remember these stories from history, and eat everything it can find. It'll destroy a crop. It'll destroy hundreds of miles of crop. Fortunately, we don't see huge locust swarms anymore. That pesticides and things have eradicated a lot of the swarming locust. But I say all this to point out again that locust and cicada are very different. Their goals are very different. Their mission is very different. And it's important to recognize that identity often keeps us moving. Have you identified yourself as a caregiver? Think right now, who do you give care to? Are there babies, children, teenagers, adults, senior citizens, physically challenged folks? Maybe people who have mental health issues? Maybe addiction issues? Who are you caregiving for? And who are you receiving care from? Who helps take care of you? Could be everything from getting your groceries, to mowing your yard, to just calling and talking, to praying for you, to actually physically helping you take care of your body. Identity is essential. And so I think it's always important to identify the roles and the relationships we have, and learn from Cicada about the importance of knowing who you are, of living within your identity. Not that you can't change or improve or enhance your identity, but who are you identified as, and who do you identify as being in your care circle? Is there someone you need to add? Think about your identity. What kind of commercial would you make about your identity and who you are in the world? What's your 3-minute elevator speech that you could give to someone talking about your ability to care for others and how people care for you? I think it's empowering to identify and recognize who we are.